So I'm Dr. Moshe Lewis with Music and Medicine. We're here at the LaVar Studios annual gala with Miss Spruill. Talk to us about sort of your career and what music has meant to you.
Oh, music is everything to me. I mean, I wouldn't be here without my music. I'm so supportive of LaVar Studios because I have a school of voice as well, Spruill House Music School of Voice. And so being Stephanie Spruill, being the top background singer and, and all that, working with Michael Jackson and Julio Iglesias and Whitney and everybody in the studio or on the road, I'm paying it forward. Like LaVar is doing. And that's what I love doing, paying everything that I've learned thus far forward to the kids, because they got to learn not only how to sing, but they need to learn interpersonal skills, how to work the stage, everything. So I'm an artist developer. Sure. I've taken all the skills that I've learned in the industry, and I'm giving back to all of my students around the world, because my school is international.
Sure. Sometimes when artists are starting out, they may find it a challenge to not always be the person totally in front. Talk to us about the importance of not feeling uncomfortable, that you can be supporting a phenomenal artist and really helping accentuate who they are.
Yes, behind the scenes is just as important as being on that stage, because we are not who we are unless we have an incredible team, and the acronym is together everyone achieves more. Sure. So having a great team with you, making sure that they're professional, and let them know that because I teach what I say, confidence, focus, all the skills you need in order to sing and order to be a great orator, because my book, 17 Points to Longevity in Show Business, is all about longevity. Sure, right. I've been in this business forever and a day, okay?
Sure. You don't look it though, so we're not going to tell
Oh, yes, I have. We're not going to tell our age, but I have.
Sure.
So I've learned that, old school meets, I'm sorry, baby, old school meets new school. Mm-hmm. The kids are always like this.
Right. Yes,
on their phones.
Here.
But you know what? Instead of here, it's all about the interpersonal skills.
Yes.
So when they come to my class, whether they're from China, from
Sure.
Russia, from Spain, Mexico, I tell them, look, pull out a piece of paper and a pencil and write everything down that Miss Stephanie is talking about, so you guys can physically see it and not just on your iPhone, which you will erase in 2 seconds. You know what I'm saying? It's not a picture. No. It's something you want to put here and in your heart. Sure. So I believe the way I teach is the entire anatomy, so it's just about giving the grace and to your students and believing in yourself. You can't do anything without belief. Just know that. Just continue to believe and let God just continue to lead and guide you.
Sure. You've worked with some amazing singers. What do you feel have been maybe just a few of your greatest moments on stage where you really felt like, gosh, I really got into that zone with that artist? And really
my
connected?
Goodness. Okay, there's so many, and it's back in the day, like being in Europe or in Spain or singing for the King of Spain, with Julio Iglesias, because that's where our duet was as time goes by. And then with Glen Campbell singing for the Queen of England at the Royal Albert Hall. And then when I sang, I used to be in a performing arts school entitled The Young Saints. So I toured also, did the S. Sullivan Show and the White House with Danny Kaye. So I, as a young kid, having that background, loving music, being in the orchestra because I played cello all my life, so having those skills, but being with the Young Saints, they took it to another level. It's all about performance, so that's being at the White House with Danny Kaye and the Ed Sullivan Show, and just all these incredible things, and it's just singing all over the world has been phenomenal for me.
Sure.
Just
Talk
phenomenal. And Olivia Newton-John, that's right, Let's Get Physical. I did her Let's Get Physical tour, and all my people, like Donna Summer, I worked with her, BB Hey, Tutu, I was a contractor on that, and so I did a lot of records, a lot. Gino Vanelli, I Just Want to Stop. Really, and Can You Feel It? Michael Jackson called me at 3 o'clock in the morning to get together a children's choir as well to be on that song, and I had to have it together within hours. So that next day, I stayed up, of course, that night because it was 3 o'clock in the morning. And then I got all the kids together, and I already had a 45-person choir that I had already assembled. So we got there, and I was proud to be working with Michael and doing great. And the song is Can You Feel It.
Sure.
And that's a huge hit. It's iconic for him. The Jacksons go all over the world. That's their song, right?
No, absolutely right. They always either end with it or they start with it.
That's right. And
everybody
Miss
knows
Stephanie
that
was the soprano on that song, and I was choir director, and I'm the one that put the choir together for that because I am also not only an artist developer, I'm also a contractor, and I contracted voices for various albums. The producers would call me, or the artists would call me.
Sure. When artists of that caliber are looking sort of for that soul and R&B, how do you think we bring it in just such a way that it really just sort of uplifts them? Because I see that with Julio, and certainly I've seen some of his performances. How do we just do so well at bringing that across?
Oh, we bring it across. But some people that I worked with, like Glen Campbell, I'm a rhinestone cowgirl, okay?
Okay.
Glen Campbell could sing.
Sure, yeah.
Because, when he was a kid, he used to go to gospel churches and look through the window,
Right.
Really? Just like the kid did in Elvis. That's what they did.
Wow.
Oftentimes the
Sure.
parents didn't
Right,
let
sure,
them
right,
go,
right,
and let's keep it real.
Sure, right.
But the kids felt it in their spirits. I want that, that...
Right. Soul.
That's
I gotta
soul.
communicate.
Yes.
I gotta emote.
That's right. So soul is very important, darling.
Sure.
And us being African American, we've
Absolutely.
learned in church and things like that. But you either have it or you don't.
Sure.
Because it comes from deep within.
Absolutely.
Not everybody has soul.
Exactly. So that brings us to formulates to the Supremes and who we're honoring today, Sherry
my
and
goodness.
Frida. Talk to us about how music speaks to you and what it means to your
Oh
heart.
my God!
and all of us.
Sherry is my girl, and Frida, that's one of my good friends. I just love them both because it's all about longevity. You see that? The Supremes have been around forever. Frida Payne, Band of Gold, have been around forever. But because they were prepared and they took care of themselves, that's what bring the longevity in. So you have to take care of yourself physically and mentally and spiritually.
Sure. So let's end on that. Maybe just 2 or 3 tips for people protecting their voice specifically when they're sort of coming up and really not getting too carried away, depending on the weather, or really not being careful that they may feel sick or things like that on the road.
Yes. Well, rest. You can't do anything without your rest. Drinking water, stay away from drugs, stay away from all these things that they have out now. You know what I mean?
I know so.
Do your warm-ups. Find a great coach, like in a Vox or Spruill House Music. Find a great coach that can help you get there. And just stay real positive and confident about what you're doing. But drink your water, drink your throat coat tea, do your warm-ups, get your rest, and stay positive.
Sure.
Because it's not easy out there.
Sure.
But get my book, 17 Points to Longevity in Show Business by Stephanie Spruill.
Right. You've only given us a few, so that's right. They got to get that book. Thanks so much. Thanks for giving so much. Thank you your time and your heart and your music.
Thank you.
Love it,
You're a
sure.
great interviewer.
Absolutely. No, thanks
Thank
so
you.
much.
God bless you.
Likewise.
Smooches.
Exactly. Yes. I won't miss a publicity.
Bye-bye.